Hi, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Joyful Money Podcast. I am so excited to bring in this episode to you today because I have a very special topic. Today, I want to talk to you about why money keeps running away from you every single time. Have you ever wondered why you keep working harder or you keep doing the thing, but somehow your wealth level stays the same, no matter how hard you work, or you change jobs, or you start a new business, and supposedly it's supposed to bring in more income. You're working hard, but your bank account always seem to return to the same level. The reason I wanted to share this topic with you and teach you about this topic is because of my own experience with my clients. I had a client who came to me. She was doing all the right things in her business. She was launching programs, she was signing clients, but somehow her wealth level just stayed the same. Today, I'm going to teach you why money seems to run away from you and ultimately how you can change this. Now, I have been doing this money work for some time now. If you know my story, you know I am super fascinated by the topic of money. So, for over 20 years, I have been like researching and investigating why is it that some people make lots and lots of money and or in fact I think more importantly are able to hold the wealth while some people would make money and somehow the wealth wouldn't stay. It wouldn't stick. It almost feels like it's slipping through their fingers. And so, as I was researching and going into the field of money science, neuroscience, and how money works in the world, I discovered that our money story as human beings is embedded by the age of 7. I'm like, what? Like I was thinking about when I first found this out. How is it that our money story is embedded by the age of 7? Well, that's because of something called theta wave. And for humans, our that part of our brain is open until the age of 7. So children absorb beliefs before the age of 7 at that theta brainwave state. And the subconscious mind is so open, in fact, wide open to receiving information from the world. And so for many of us, our money story is embedded by that age based off of what we've seen in our environment. So think about this. How were you socialized with money when you were growing up? By your parents, by your caregivers, by the community around you? How did you see money before the age of 7? Those things you were exposed to has now become truths in your mind. So your subconscious mind see those things as truths now. So for example, the popular one is it doesn't grow on trees, or oh, we cannot afford that right now, or oh no, money's we can't afford that right now. That's for rich people. We are not rich. Or you see your parents constantly fighting about money when you were growing up. So all of the things you were exposed to as a child around money, all of that has now formed your subconscious beliefs about money. And those subconscious beliefs about money is what is running the show right now in your business, in your family life. So think about how you relate with money. Do you think money is a good thing? Do you think money is here to stay? Do you think money is evil? Do you think money is fleeting? That means it comes today, it's gone tomorrow. What do you truly believe about money? Until you understand that, there is no way your relationship with money will change. Now, money is energetics, there is energy around money. And so, what you believe internally is what either attracts money and allows money to stay, or it actually repels money so that even when money comes in, somehow it goes away. So, An example could be maybe you've been learning about personal finance and you've been learning about personal finance because you want to grow your income, you want to grow your wealth. And let's say you find a new job and you have like a 50% increase in your monthly income, and you tell yourself, oh, I am now going to save up, let's say $10,000 per month because I want to build wealth. So you tell yourself that, and somehow, maybe you do it for a couple of months, but before you know it, you just start blowing your savings. Like you start buying stuff, or unexpected bills just come from nowhere. Your expenses go up. And now that income increase is almost like it didn't even happen anymore because before the month ends, you've spent all your money, even though you had I want to say good intentions, right? Your intention was to save more money, invest more money, and grow your wealth. But your reality doesn't match that intention. And the best way to explain this to you so you understand is using an analogy of the thermostat. So, in your house, let's say it's super duper cold outside, it's the winter, and you are trying to keep the house warm, and you set your thermostat, let's say at I don't know, 31 degrees centigrade, right? So you set that at 31, and then it's super cold outside is like minus 10. And then inside, you want to keep it warm, and the thermostat gets to that 31 and it goes up, right? But when the temperature inside the room attempts to drop again, the thermostat comes on to keep the internal temperature at the 31 degrees you set it out. So that's exactly how your money thermostat works. If subconsciously your mind feels safe at $5,000 per month, that's where your safe income level is at. Regardless of how much you make, you cannot exceed that thermostat level. So if you are struggling to increase your wealth, if you are struggling to make the kind of money you want to make, it is because of your money thermostat. Your money thermostat subconsciously has been set at a specific income level, and that is why you cannot grow past that wealth level, no matter how many jobs you get. Maybe you're working two jobs. Maybe you've started a business, or maybe you've received inheritance, right? A large sum of inheritance that is supposed to set you up for life. But somehow you keep coming back to the same income level. And as I talk about this, an example that came to my mind was is you see all of these people that win the lottery, right? They win like, I don't know, $100 million in the lottery. And then just after a few years, they're back to ground zero. And you ask yourself, why? Why would someone earn, like, win $100 million in the lottery and still come back to ground zero and come back to working in McDonald's after just 2 years? Like, it's unfathomable until you understand the concept of the money thermostat. For those people, their money thermostat is set at that level. So even though they would win millions of dollars in the lottery, they will always come back to the level that their subconscious mind feels safe and stable. Excuse me. And I know that this might sound like, how is that possible? If on a logical, conscious level, you want to grow wealth, right? So everybody I meet, they want to make more money. They want to grow wealth. That's at a logical, conscious level, right? When you are conscious and you're aware of what you're thinking, that's at the logical level. But the logical level just accounts for about 5% of the programming that runs our lives. Because research has shown that over 90 to 95% of the programming running our lives is happening at a subconscious level. So what this means is that the programming running your life, you're not even aware. Like it's not even in your consciousness. Because subconscious means below consciousness, right? So if something is happening at the subconscious level, you are even aware of those subconscious programming, right? Unless you do the intentional work to find the subconscious beliefs, right? It takes work to identify the subconscious belief that you believe, because the person listening to me right now, the you listening to me right now, at a conscious level, you want to be wealthy, you want to grow wealth. However, the thing that's running the show in your life right now, 95% of it is happening at the subconscious level. So you are not even aware of the beliefs you hold that is holding you back for creating the amount of wealth you want to create. Because, like I said, it's happening at the subconscious level. So this is why you keep sabotaging yourself, right? So you get a new job and somehow you have a 50% income increase, but somehow you sabotage yourself and then your income level comes down again, or your wealth never grows above a certain threshold. Let's say you have $100,000 in investments and somehow you want to grow to $500,000 in investments, but somehow you can't seem to break that barrier because you are stuck at that level. Now, I want to stress here that working hard isn't the solution. I find so many people grinding, especially business owners, like hustling. In fact, I see people posting 5 times a day on social media, thinking that the more they post, the higher the likelihood that they're going to attract clients. But I have seen times and times again that it isn't the hustling that creates wealth. Hustling just makes you tired. You know how much work is involved in creating just one post on Instagram, let alone creating 5 posts every single day and just living your life on social media glued to your phone. I've seen people do that and they come to me for consults. And I'm like, you're posting 5 times a day. How come you don't have the clients you need? And then when we do this subconscious work, we find that they're just hustling and hustling and hustling because subconsciously there is a programming running the show that doesn't allow them to attract clients. It doesn't allow them to attract money. So this work is so important if you want to finally resolve your relationship with money so that you can start attracting the wealth you want. So you might ask yourself, what are the signs that money is running away from me? Here are some signs. If you repeatedly hit the same income ceiling despite all of your effort. So you're doing all the effort, you're hustling, but your income level isn't increasing. Another sign is maybe you have clients flowing in, but unexpected expenses just wipe out all of the income you have. Or maybe you have fear or guilt around saving, around holding money. Or maybe you have some guilt around building wealth. Maybe you're afraid that if you become hugely successful, you'll not have any friends. Another one is feeling undeserving or feeling uncomfortable with increase in wealth. Or maybe you feel like you are not deserving of a great income level. So these are the signs that you are stuck at one income level. Or maybe you have anxiety around money. You can't sleep at night because you're worrying about money, making more money, or afraid you're going to lose all of the things you've created. That's a sign that there is a subconscious programming holding you back from enjoying wealth, from receiving wealth, from holding wealth, and from keeping the wealth you make. So, which of these signs are you recognizing? Because you have to recognize the signs first before you can change your money story. Now, I can tell you that it can be very difficult to identify these signs on your own. Now, don't get me wrong. you can do the inner work to identify them. Maybe you want to watch YouTube videos and but what I have found, especially with the clients I have worked with, because these beliefs are happening at the subconscious level, it's almost like I am helping them identify during coaching sessions, right? So let's say someone comes on a coaching session and we are coaching around um, launching a new offer, for example. And I'm coaching the person around launching a new offer. And as we're having the coaching session, obviously the person is talking. She's talking on the call. And then I stop her and I grab something she just said, right? So she sees something and I'm like, oh, that's interesting because she will just say the true belief that is holding her back, even without her recognizing, right? So most times it comes across during conversation with a coach, right? A coach who is trained on identifying subconscious beliefs. So I remember coaching one of my clients one time, and as we were coaching, one of the things she was struggling with was being visible online, right? So she has an amazing offer, and she, her work is so prized to help so many people, and on paper she should have hundreds of clients, but she was struggling to attract clients. So we started to do like I started delving deeper into the her money story, and what we discovered was just mind boggling. We discovered that as a child, her her mom was a single mom. She had a terrible relationship with her dad. And then her mom finally divorced her dad. And her mom got married the second time to a different man. But the person her mother got married to was super, super wealthy, right? So the previous husband wasn't so well to do. And then she became a single mom and she had three kids. All the three kids were living in one bedroom. And like it felt like they were so well bonded as a family. So even though they didn't have as much money, they were so happy as a family. But when her mother got married to this new man, because they were wealthier, all the kids now had separate rooms. And so because they now had separate rooms, they didn't have that bond as a family. So mom and kids didn't have that very close relationship they had when it was a single mother environment. And so now my client subconsciously is associating making money and growing wealth with I'm going to be disconnected from my children. I'm not going to have a thriving relationship. That was really eye opening. I tell you, when we were doing this coaching session and we discovered the subconscious belief holding her back, she just broke down in tears and she was crying so uncontrollably. And I was really happy for her that we discovered that because after we did the inner work and we worked on those issues, she started signing clients. Like it felt like magic, right? So I give you that example to show you that like I don't think she would have identified that thought, that subconscious belief on her own, right? Because we were in the coaching session and she was talking to me and I was asking questions, that was why we were able to uncover those money beliefs. And because of that, now she's doing consistent 15K months right now in her business. So that's the power of uncovering the subconscious belief holding you back. Now, you can definitely do this on your own. You can try to do this on your own. And what I would recommend is for you to journal. I want you to, like my coach calls it, a brain dump. It's almost like you need to dump out everything in your brain on paper so that you can see the thoughts you have about money, the experiences you had as a child. And remember, I told you earlier that our money beliefs is embedded by the age of 7. There was no way my amazing client would have discovered that the experience of her mother marrying a wealthier man had a negative relationship with money right now. Like, because at a logical level, when her mom married a wealthier man. At a logical level, that's supposed to be a good thing, right? Because now they have more money, they can pay their bills, they can have good life experiences. But because that increase in wealth now translated as a breakdown in relationship with her siblings, a breakdown in relationship with her mother, now subconsciously she believes that growing wealth would mean disconnecting with her children. So, yes, it is possible for you to do this work yourself, but I promise you, the faster way is to get somebody else to help you see all of the subconscious thoughts holding you back. So, once you do this inner work and you identify that specific thought holding you back, you now have to anchor to your new thermostat, right? So you now have to reset your thermostat to feel like making more money feels safe. So if money has been running away from you, if you have been feeling like you're not growing your wealth, you need to match that to your subconscious inner thermostat. When you raise your inner thermostat, you will find that money comes easily to you. You will find that money stays with you. You will find that you're able to grow your wealth, and you do that in a joyful way. Money becomes joyful. Money doesn't become a grind, a hustle, and a painful thing that you are thinking about all of the time, causes you anxiety, and you're staying awake at night because you cannot sleep. This is the work I do with my clients inside of my program. I want to invite you, if you're done hustling, if you're done running from pillar to post, throwing spaghetti at the wall, and you finally want to become at peace with money, you finally want to say, oh, I am finally making progress towards my goal. I want to invite you, send me a DM on Instagram, and we're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to tell you how I can help you inside of my program. Because the longer you wait, the longer you're gonna miss out on the abundance that is waiting for you on the other side of this work. So send me a DM and I'll be happy to share with you all of the details on how we can start working together. Because I know that wealth is your birthright, abundance is your birthright. You deserve to be as wealthy as you want to be. I believe that the universe wants each and every one of us to be successful, but we have to do the inner work to see money as safe. I'm very curious what's coming up for you. Share your thoughts with me. You can either send me an email or send me a DM, whichever one works for you, or just comment below. Many of you watch this show and you give me feedback, which I'm very, very excited about. Every week, you tell me how these episodes are helping you. If you haven't done so already, please take a couple of minutes and just head on over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. If you're watching on YouTube, just click the like button, write a comment, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode. This is sending you lots of love, joy, and light. I'll see you back here on the next episode. Hey, very quickly before you go, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending time with me today. I hope today's episode gave you something powerful to add to your business toolbox, something you can come back to anytime you need a little extra motivation in your business. If you loved today's episode, the best way you can support me and the show is to leave me a review and also to share this with an incredible businesswoman like yourself. And if you're ready to create consistent 10K months with ease and alignment, I invite you to apply to join my 6 months mastermind. Visit johnnyroland.com to book your free complimentary discovery call. I cannot wait to help you step into your next level. Until next time, stay aligned, stay confident, and keep creating joyful money. Bye for now.